Ladies and gentlemen, Melina wants to say something about someone who made a comment. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was on TikTok. And they said that if they see another person, I'm not sure if it was a joke or if it was something where they were not really meaning it or they thought that it was really bad. I wasn't sure. I didn't really remember what the TikTok video was exactly about. But they're just like, if I see another person that does, you know, that does videos where they're showing off being gorgeous and do nothing, no talent, show no talent and all that, then I'm going to scream or something like that. I'm not sure if they were joking or they were serious or they were like frustrated or they were happy making a joke. I don't remember, but I'm like, I'm gorgeous and I'm doing whatever I like, darlings. All right, no, but yes, I understand that someone that might not be as conventionally attractive as somebody else, they might see it as kind of like like not a very good thing for them, not in their favor, and they might see it as how dare that person just flaunt their looks and take the camera and be so beautiful and get everybody watching when they're just gorgeous and not anything of substance and no talent. Well, it does take a lot of work to be gorgeous, right? Like it really, and I don't remember if it was a joke. It might have been just a joke where they weren't meaning it that way. But if it was negative, I mean, it is something that people have to work at. I have to work at looking this thin. Like a lot of people just choose to eat whatever they want and don't worry about what their weight is and don't exercise and just do nothing all day. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're like that, and you should be happy with that. Like if that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. It's more than great to do that. You don't have to be lifting weights and doing diet exercise all the time if you don't like that. But if you are someone that's making a comment about someone being like that, like using their looks to capitalize, you have to remember that those people are like I have to diet exercise to get this thin. I really have to do a lot. Like it's not easy. I mean, for me, it's easy because I'm used to it and I like it and I enjoy it. But like it's something you have to make. If you're not like this thin and you're not this fit, then you have to make that decision to be this way. And it takes. Uh, it's not like written in the stars unless you do the work, right? It's not really something that happens unless you put in the work. So, I find that whenever you hear somebody, and yes, people that are gorgeous, they do. I'm gorgeous. I'm going to use it to my full advantage. I'm going to use it to get famous for sure. Of course, I'm going to. But I work towards it. Like if I eat lots of food today, and weight goes on me very easily. If I eat anything, it shows up on me right away. Like it doesn't take much. So, I work very hard to be this gorgeous and thin. And my fans, of course, know and they like me that way. Um, and even when I gain a bit of weight, I get so many compliments. That one dress that I was 5 pounds heavier. And I got so many compliments on that one video. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. But yes, so thank you. Even when I gain weight, you guys are so nice. But and compliment me, give me likes, give me subscriptions. But yes, I mean, it's really kind of like, I mean, yes, it's unfair to have a really nice face and be thin to some extent. I mean, don't get me wrong, looking this way really will get me a lot more advantages than someone that just has a channel where they have to use their intelligence. Because intelligence takes a lot of work, and you have to really focus on being intelligent. You can't just be someone that is intelligent unless you work towards it, right? And gorgeousness, yes. I mean, maybe some of this, but I'm intelligent. I went to school. I got 2 degrees. I do all my own things on this channel. I do everything myself. I'm very good at coming up with all the ideas. I'm very good at my own glam. Like even the pretty people or the gorgeous people that you see in Hollywood, a lot of what they do is made by somebody else. Like they have somebody else on their team to make them that way. They have somebody else to do the things for them. So, I'm gonna be proud of myself. I know being gorgeous is an advantage, but I have to diet and exercise like crazy. Like I mean, I couldn't even drink anything today. I could, obviously, a little bit, but I couldn't drink too much because if I drink too much, then I'm too big. Like drinking, just a drink of juice or Pepsi or something, I get too big. So, I mean, yes, it's an unfair advantage to be gorgeous, but a lot of people really, the people that say that usually don't want to put the work in to be that way, and how is that somebody that's like myself, how would that be my fault, right? Now, my fans, a lot of my fans are, I have all walks of life from my fans. Everybody is my fan. I don't have any particular type of fan. They could be bigger, bald, thin, gorgeous, rich, poor. I have all kinds of fans. Everybody's my fan, but I do see like when my fans approach me, some of them, yes, they're very gorgeous, and I get taken aback by it because I know, I'm just like, wow, you look really, really good. Like I'm sure if you had a channel, you would be killing it on your channel. And so, I mean, I don't really ask people what they do for their channels or if they have channels or whatever, but I'm sure a lot more people that I think of have channels than I would just imagine. But it's kind of like you just see these people and you're like floored, but they're gorgeous like I am, and so they have a lot in common with me. I mean, not I like I said, I have all walks of life that are my fans. I'm never gonna judge anyone. You can be my fan, and you can be somebody with like totally. It could be anybody. I'm not gonna judge you for being my fan. But I find a lot of my fans that come up to me are very cute and gorgeous, and some I'm just like, wow, I can't believe you look that good, and you watch my channel. But of course, they love it because I look so good. I take good care of myself. I'm a great motivator. I'm a great singer. I'm a great dancer. And those are the people that I usually make friends with because they're the ones that I have a lot more in common with. I make friends with all types of people. Don't worry, guys. I'm not judgmental, but I mean, the people that I'm closest to are the ones that obviously, if you work out a lot, you're going to be closer to someone that works out a lot. Only because people that don't work out a lot might be upset with you. Not that they would be, but sometimes they are, and it's really tough to have a friend where you're just like always hearing negative because you work out so hard and you look so good, and they're just saying something negative. That doesn't mean I don't do it. I have friends that are like that. I have lots of types of friends. I'm not judgmental, but I mean, it's so much easier to have somebody that you're just like you can relax with and know that they're working just as hard as you are to stay fit and they've got goals and they've got dreams, and like I said, like all my friends are awesome. Every one of my friends from my past, every one of my friends in my future, all my friends are great because even if they don't like to work out, because I know I value those people, and sometimes they might work out eventually and be gorgeous, right? So you never know. So you can't just dismiss someone just because they're not fitting a certain mold. I would never, ever, ever tell someone they're overweight or too chubby or can't do something. Because, those people get revenge and they get really upset and then they get really fit and thin. And then you're like, why did I say those things in the first place? I'm kicking myself now. So instead of kicking myself at the time and saying, oh, I'm going to say these things, I just don't even do it because you know what? Some people really surprise you and you don't even know they're going to be big time stars or whatever. And you even see, like, if you watch American Idol or you watch America's Got Talent, which I auditioned for, I didn't get on, I really wish it would have been. But if you watch those things, you really do see that if you're someone's talented as a musician, it doesn't matter what they look like, who they are, whether they're disabled, whether they have any issues, because they'll pick them no matter what. Like there was one guy with autism. It was such a strong form of autism. The way he talked, it was so like, you're like, is he lost in a world? Like you don't know. You don't know if he's ever gonna be like saying something where it's coherent. It didn't even make sense. And then he sings, and you're like, oh my God, that is crazy. He was so good. And I'm like, oh my God, like you sing like the biggest stars. And I'm like, honestly, like I was floored. I could not believe it. I was like, oh my God. I was stunned. That was the only audition. There was also a deaf woman who I was stunned by, but that was the only audition where I was like, oh my, I was just like my tongue was on the floor, my jaw was on the floor. I was just like, oh my God, like there's no way that you just did what you just did. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Click that subscribe. Bye. Bye, everyone.